To serve a second term on the Port Authority of Guam Board of Directors, local businessman Ed Ilao has written island lawmakers to clear his company's name. During an oversight hearing Monday evening, allegations surfaced that the port last year attempted to sole source a contract for an X-ray security system to Ilao's company, JMI Edison. Port Security Grant Manager Joe Havalana, during that hearing, swore that that was not the case.
You know, ma'am, when I initially came up here, I swore. And I said, by God's grace. And I'm telling you the truth. There was no influence.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And I'm not going to give up my integrity.
His statements, however, directly conflicted with a video played during that hearing of a meeting in June, during which General Services Agency Chief Procurement Officer Claudia Ekfaji reminded Havalana of his previous effort to sole source the contract. During the hearing, it was presented that the initial requisition for the X-ray system included specifications and the inclusion of a backscatter, which at the time was only offered on island by JMI. The requisition listed JMI on the document. When GSA brought this to the attention to the port, the agency resubmitted the requisition, leaving the specs intact, but removing JMI. Of additional concern to GSA was the fact that Ilao was on the port board at the time.
You came out to me first time around on this, that we wanted to sole source this to JMI because they're the only ones that represents this company out here. Do you recall?
Yes.
And I said, no way. We're talking about millions of dollars here, and we're going to sole source this, and cannot. There's no way we can, and that's why we got to be extra careful with this, or we're going to end up in court.
Yeah. So we got to be careful how we went, because while you may say it internally here, it'll get out.
Yeah.
You know, things like this get out. And then right now with Mr. Lee, or whatever his name is on the board, Ilao, on your board over there at the port, there is a real conflict.
Following the oversight, Ilao wrote to lawmakers denying any alleged inappropriate involvement in any discussion, verbal or written, directly or indirectly, in regards to the procurement of the container X-ray system at the Port Authority. Quotes, for anyone to allege, imply, or insinuate that I or my company has participated in unethical or unlawful business practice is grossly wrong, end quote. Committee Chair on Procurement, Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz, says he doesn't plan to vote for Ilao's confirmation and even went so far as requested that he withdraw his nomination.
The concern is whether or not it's an actual impropriety or whether it's the perception of impropriety of having a board member's company be the recipient of a sole source. He may not have been the one that spoke to the GM and said sole source it to me. He may not have been the one that personally spoke to the procurement person or Mr. Havalana, but somebody from the company brought the requisition in, and it had their name on the top, and that was what was being posted twice. Once they took the name out, and the second time they just took, it just looks bad.
Meanwhile, according to Ekfaji, since that June meeting, even up to today, the port has not submitted new generic specifications for the X-ray system, and as a result, GSA has canceled the solicitation.